What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RC, back at you again with the Boxing 411. Now, tonight was a fight between Adam Kownacki and Robert Helenius. But before that fight, we saw Efa Ajoba against a crafty veteran fighter who didn't really look up to par tonight. He just, he didn't look like he even trained hard enough for this fight. And he'd been in the ring with some pretty good, some hitters before already, but he lost each time. But Efa Ajoba did work on his boxing, and he showed how he can, how he improved with his left jab, moving his head left to right, and slipping some punches. You know what I'm saying, and throwing combinations, and not using just all brute power. And it really was a whitewash, because Efa Ajoba won all the rounds, as long as the fight did last. It lasted up to the 9th round, where the referee stopped the fight after Ajoba put him down the second time during the fight. He just took a knee. He took a knee the first time, and he took his final knee in the 9th round, because he was getting, he punched a lot. He was getting hit a lot. So the referee stopped the fight. And so Efa Ajoba win by technical knockout. What can I say? Wow. Adam Kownacki and Robert Helenius. That was the shocker night to me. But I'm not really surprised by it. And I'll tell you why. Adam Kownacki, when he fought Chris Arreola, he absorbed a lot of punishment in that fight. He absorbed a lot of punishment in that fight. You know what I mean? And it showed tonight when he fought Robert. Robert Helenius is a strong puncher because he had 18 knockouts out of 32 fights. So a man can punch. He do got power. But he had a big size advantage over Kownacki as far as his height, But Kownacki was trying to get through the jab and he worked on the body, which he was doing pretty good at doing that the first couple of rounds. But that dude, Robert, he kept that stick out there on him. Every time he came in, he was putting that stick on him, that left jab, and then he'd hit him with a couple of rights in there as Kownacki was coming in. So in the 4th round, Kownacki, wanted to up the ante a little bit, and put more pressure on Robert Helenius. But, like if you watch the fight, during the 2nd and 3rd round, Robert Helenius was able to keep Kownacki a little bit at bay because he ran into something. You know what I'm saying? He ran into something. But overall, Kownacki decided to punch it and put more pressure on Robert Helenius. And Robert Helenius obliged him by meeting him with that left jab as he was coming in and that right overhand cross, the right hook. In the corner of the 4th round, he ended up knocking Kownacki down with a right hook on his chin. But they called that a slip. But when you went back and looked at the replay, you see Adam Kownacki was shook. And then the referee got him up to let the fight continue. And Robert knew that Kownacki was hurt, so he went in for the kill. And he just banged away at Kownacki. He banged away at Adam. And Adam didn't have no answers for him. He was trying to, fight 5-5. But what Adam should have done is held to get his head together. He should have grabbed him and clinched him or something. He'll get his head together. Get his cobwebs out. But Adam, being the warrior that he is, he didn't want to do that. He tried to punch his way out of trouble. And he ended up getting caught with ugly punches, getting knocked on his ass for real by Robert Helenius. And when he got back up, Robert went on ahead and unleashed a barrage of punches, and the referee stopped the fight. In the 4th round, technical knockout. Victory goes to Robert Helenius. Now, this is for the WBA mandatory spot. And Kownacki, Adam Kownacki just lost a big payday. He just lost it. You know, I feel for Adam Kownacki, but I believe that maybe he can come back again. You know, maybe he can come back. He's got to get his defense together because, man, he was getting hit too many times, man. I mean, that war he went through with Chris Arreola was a hell of a fight. Go back and watch that fight if you didn't see it. Adam Kownacki versus Chris Arreola. That was a hell of a fight, hell of a war. And I think that Chris Arreola took something out of Adam Kownacki in that fight because, to me, it was evident in this fight. You know, and I don't know, man. I don't know if Adam Kownacki's going to ever recover from this because, you know, he got stopped this time. You know, he ain't never been stopped before, but he got stopped this time, and his chin ain't that good no more. Nevertheless, props go out to Robert Helenius. I guess he'll be the one suiting up against Anthony Joshua in the near future. If Anthony Joshua gets past Pula this June coming up. And we'll see what happens. How the heavyweight division is starting to shape up. Deontay Wilder, of course, he talked about that fight. And I noticed how nobody's even mentioning the glove situation with the left hand of Tyson Fury. They don't even want to mention it. They don't even want to talk about it. They make sure they stayed away from it. I know they heard about it. But, hey, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to mention it. It is what it is. I just hope that in the next fight, and, you know, everybody being on the same playing field as everybody else doing the left hand knuckle punching, I hope that nobody decides to zero in on it then either. I'm going to keep on saying that. Wilder decide he want to do the bare knuckle thing with one of his gloves. I don't want nobody saying a motherfucking thing about that either. And that's just my thoughts on that. You know, other than that, it was a great night of boxing. And until next time, this is our scene with the Boxing 411. Smash that like button or dislike button. If you like what you heard, smash the like button. Support the channel. 1.